being personally responsible to your constituents means to you?
I was kind of hoping I was going to get this question because it came up through the Board of Aldermen, and I actually look forward to answering it. What it means to me is being responsible for the actions that I do as your mayor to all the citizens of Odessa, and that I listen to what you have to say and what the Board of Aldermen have to say in order to provide the most effective form of government and to provide the most effective way to govern for you and to make the laws and the procedures and processes that we do to benefit every citizen, not just those of a few select individuals. So to me, that means that I am responsible. I take responsibility for the actions that I do, and I take responsibility for the actions of the city. So if you have problems with that, you can call me. I'm certainly available. Thank you.
Tom Murray.
As a former mayor, I always felt responsible for the actions of myself and of the Board of Aldermen. I was blessed with a good board when I was mayor, and we didn't really have any problems legally. And had we had legal problems, I sure would have felt responsible for that. All in all, we did well without any lawsuits, anything like that. For responsibility, I think we did a good job. Thank you. I'm going to give you a proof here.
What would you do to increase the general fund reserve, and what would you do to address the infrastructure issues facing our city? So 2 questions.
The revenues, I would like to work closely with the businesses that we have in town. We have a lot of people leaving our city to buy products in other cities. I would like to work with our local businesses to see if they supply the type of things that people need and would buy here locally at home, and that would increase our revenue and keep people in the community. The other part of the question is the infrastructure. As everyone knows here that drives around town, our streets are in bad shape. We need work on our sewer system, and we've got a lot of problems facing the city here in the next few years. We need to work on this. We need a short-term and a long-term plan to correct this, and I think I have that in line to do, but it's going to take some time. We need revenue, and to get that revenue, I believe we all need to start trying to think about what we're doing here at home and shop here and spend our money locally. Thanks.
Okay, what would I do to increase the general revenue of the city? Right now, we have about 2.5 to 3 months worth of general revenue, okay, based on for our utilities. While we're not in a desperate need to have additional funds in those accounts, the auditors do recommend that you have a 6-month excess on hand. However, we do have enough funds right now that in an emergency that comes up, we can take care of it and then, of course, be reimbursed by the federal government. The second half of this was infrastructure, and of course the main issue on that would be the streets. If you have an opportunity tomorrow, and Mike Hayslip's still here somewhere, we have a test of a new system that's going to provide infrared reheating of the current asphalt that we have. You fix the potholes with mix and that, and you run this over there, and it again gives you the smooth surface that you all want to drive on that. It's costly to own one of those machines, but it's not as bad to rent one. So we are experimenting with that tomorrow. You're welcome to come out and see that. Mike Hayslip will give you the time. The other thing I do want to mention is the fact that when I came on board as the mayor 4 years ago, there were additional lawsuits from the previous administration, at least 2. So, we all are touched by those lawsuits. Unfortunately, we live in a times when people file lawsuits for any reason just to try to have some personal gain. We hate to see that. We currently do have lawsuits going on. I can't talk about them, but they're all public record if you want to go look them up. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
What are your qualifications? Please include education and work experience.
Okay, if you didn't get a chance to pick up my bio in the back, I'll just briefly go over it. I do have a master's in business. I have been in the military for over 36 years. I've held numerous positions in supervisory capacities, all the way up to a brigade commander, in charge of 15,000 soldiers. I do know how to manage people. I know how to manage systems. I know how to get things done. I am not afraid to deal at the local, state, or federal level on your behalf. I will tell you that in my full-time job, I do that every day. I also get invited to speak on behalf of organizations at the Missouri House and Senate as a witness for example, absentee ballots for soldiers overseas. I have a long history of success, and quite honestly, I feel I'm adequately qualified for the job of your mayor. Thank you.
My list is not quite that lengthy, but anyway, I have served on the Board of Alderman for 3 years to get a little bit of experience in city government. I was your mayor for 8 years, and I'm running for re-election. I think it's time we have another change. Thank you. Okay.
Odessa has seen a decrease in the amount of revenue generated by local businesses, resulting in significant decrease in funding for local taxing entities. What do you feel is necessary to stimulate local economy, and what support would you provide to local businesses to ensure growth and success? This was number 2.
The revenue is nationwide. It's not just right here in Odessa. I think all businesses, all types of businesses are suffering right now. We have recently formed an economic development committee, which we got a good group of volunteers. We have a director, and I think he'll work closely with these local businesses to stimulate their business and improve their sales. And I think the city has made a good effort to do this. And at the present time, that's about all we can do other than try to spend our money locally and shop at home.
Well, I will tell you, many rural communities are searching for ways to stimulate their local economies. And as I previously answered, growth is the area that we really need to look at for jobs and businesses as our only way to stimulate the economy. In the past, there have been practices of raising sales and local taxes as a means to stimulate the revenue. This may not necessarily be the best idea. Quite honestly, when you raise taxes, business owners have to reach into their profits to pay those taxes or raise their prices, which causes them, of course, to look at avenues of maybe going out of business if they don't have the sales. We have not raised any taxes during my term as your mayor, but are attracting new businesses and jobs. And this is accomplished by working hand in hand with state and federal agencies, which our staff and I have done, to provide the best incentives that we can to bring businesses like Ritchie Brothers to our community and like Manna of Utah. It is essential for new businesses to come to Odessa. It's kind of like an inverted cone, starting with the business and flowing revenue down. With the business comes new employees who purchase from our local economy, who locate in our city, buy homes, attend our schools. stimulate our local economy, causing local sales taxes to increase, new home constructions, and many secondary economic benefits for our city. New employees could be a secondary benefit for our existing small businesses by spending their money in Odessa. Thank you.